Hello, everyone, and welcome to my latest obsession, Guardians of the Rift. I'm going to show you how to play this game because it is super confusing at first, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I've played a few rounds, and when I say a few, I think over 100 in the past few days, trying to get my runecrafting up to level 70. So I've learned a thing of two. So, let me tell you what you're going to be needing for this game mode. So, the first thing you'll need is a pickaxe. It can be any pickaxe, probably your highest pickaxe that you have. And another thing that you would need is the Varric armor. Apparently, that gives you bonus essence to get more of the runes to craft the runes here. So that's definitely something that you should get. I wear my graceful outfit to make myself think I'm running faster, even though I'm probably not. And I also have my necklace of passage because that's how I get here. You pretty much teleport to the wizard's tower, which you can use by doing that, or you can just go to Draenor with Amulet of Glory, or you can walk from Lumbridge. Whatever is easiest for you to do that. You have to do the quest to get here. You do need to complete Temple of the Eye in order to get to this area. And it kind of does like a basic tutorial on how to make the runes and all that stuff. But I'm going to show you a better way, an easier way to do it because the tutorial is confusing and there's a lot of tutorials online which are a bit weird, and I tried looking at those and they were just very confusing. So this is the way that I do it. I'm not going to say it's the efficient way of doing it, but I get at least 2 reward points and a good amount of XP every game. So let me show you what I do. So obviously you're going to want to go to a world that has all of these people here because it makes the game a lot easier instead of doing it solo. I'm in world 478, but there are other Guardian worlds that you can choose from. That's just the one I go to. So another thing that you're going to need before entering is if you have any pouches, you definitely want to bring those so that way you get more XP and more reward points as you're playing the game. The more you play, the more you could get the reward points to get the pouches from the area over here, the Rewards Guardian. So definitely, the more you play, the more chance you have of getting those. And then once you get the Abyssal Needle, you can make what I have, which is the Colossal Pouch. That holds 16 essence for me because I am level 66 runecrafting. The higher the runecrafting that you have, the more it can store. But for me, right now, it's 16, which is fine for me. Also, something that I forgot to mention is if your pouch is low on ability, so see how there's like a little 5 there? Just that's how many times you have left to fill that pouch to the full maximum it can be. And then I think for most of the pouches, it's like 3 you can only put in there. So what you want to do is you can either pay the lady in the rift, the Cordelia, you can pay her 25 of the pearls and then like 1 pearl to fix all of your pouches that you have if you have more than just the colossal pouch. Or what you can do is if you have the magic level, which is level 67, and you've also done lunar diplomacy to get the lunar spellbook, you can actually contact the dark mage to fix the pouches yourself, which is free. I mean, it just costs the runes that you're getting from the game anyways. So you can say repair my pouch. He says a passive aggressive remark. You say thank you, and then you're on your way. And also, again, before we go in, you can get rewards from Felix over here if you trade him. You get these things called pearls, the abyssal pearls, and you can use those abyssal pearls to get the outfit here. I have the boots because my RNG is crap, and I don't get a lot of pearls when I do the reward system for whatever reason. So I've only been able to get the boots, which are 250, but I am saving for the other tops, and that just gives you more XP for the runecrafting, which is very useful, especially for me because I'm trying to get to 70. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Right now, it looks like they're still in the middle of a game, so I need to wait for the game to restart anyways. So let's head on in, and I'll explain a few things as we are in here. So when you enter here, you can see the Guardians power up here. That's just pretty much telling you when the game's going to be over. Right now it's at 96%. When it hits 100%, the game's over, and then it restarts. Over here is the crafting table or the workbench. That's where you craft the runes that you mine from the Guardian remains. If you don't have a high enough agility, you'd want to go over here to get the essence, and I can show you. You just mine it, and it gives you the fragments here. And then you use that on the crafting table to make the runes. So every essence is a rune, or fragment is an essence. It's very confusing. All the words, pretty much the little scraps make the bigger pieces that you put together. And then you go to one of these altars to make the runes. It transports you to the rune crafting altar, and then you craft the rune. You run back, and then you get these like power stones that you feed the Greater Guardian, and then you can also collect these cells. So you get these cells. They are uncharged. You go to one of these things, and depending on which altar you go to, it gives like a weak, medium, strong, overcharged cell that you put onto here. That gives you runecrafting XP. So, after all that, you can also bring a chisel to make the essence pile into like the mini guardians that help defend the Greater Guardian. I don't do that because there's always 10 out of 10 of these guardians when you're playing on these worlds. So it's just a waste of an inventory spot to have a chisel. So I don't worry about that. That's pretty much the rundown of the whole game mode. You pretty much mine these Guardian remains. You wait until the game starts. It's going to show pictures of different runes here, and the elemental and the catalytic. And then depending on which is the highest rune you can craft, you want to go to, pretty much is how I play. So this game's going to be starting soon. I should have been mining the ore. I have a high enough agility, so I can go down here and mine some of these rocks, the larger Guardian remains. I think the difference between these ones and the other Guardian remains is it gives you more. I think it gives you 2 to like 4 fragments, where these up top only give you 1 or 2 maybe. So the game is going to be starting in about 25 seconds. Usually what I do is, I wait down here until the game starts. Once the game starts, I mine up until 25 seconds, and then I run to the crafting table to start making the essence. But since I'm showing you, I'm not really worried about being super efficient right now. This is just how to show you how to play the game. So now the game's going to start. And so now it's either Earth or looks like that's maybe Mind rune. So let's go up here. So let's go to the crafting table or the workbench. So we could either choose between the Earth or it's body. All right, my bad. So as you can see, it's switched. So every like 20 seconds, it will switch runes that you can craft. And so since I can't do blood runes, I will probably do water runes. So I'll run to the water rune. And it takes about 4 seconds to run to these. So you pretty much go here, go to the altar. So as you can see, I got 110 water runes, I got a medium cell, and then I got 25 guardian stones. So now we run back. We give these to the Grady Guardian. It says nom nom nom, and then I put the cells into here, which gives me more Runecrafting XP. And then we can deposit our runes into this pool here. I don't see any advantages of putting it into the pool, but it's just like a routine that I do, so I just do it anyways. You probably saw while I was talking, there was like a little portal over here. Those portals bring you to like bigger remains where you can just mine these essence straight up instead of the fragments. So anytime you see those portals, you kind of want to run to it. So now we're just kind of playing very casually because I missed the first part of the game. So as you can see over here, after the white flash, I have 55 elemental energy and 5 catalytic energy. The 5 came from the cell that I put down here. So once I give these ones to this guy, it's gonna kind of make it the same, which is cool. You get around 50 points per the essence, it seems. So just keep that in mind when you're like trying to balance. It's pretty much a balancing game. You want to get at least 100 energy in both, and that's what kind of confused me at first, because I was just trying to I was just focusing on one over the other. And sometimes that does happen. Like you can see up here in the score, this is also very confusing. So the potential is, so it's 15.7 elemental and 14.7 catalytic energy. So the points roll over. So let me put these in my pouch. So yeah, so the points roll over every game that you play. So right now this is saying I have more elemental points than I do catalytic points. So if I want to balance this out, I can get more catalytic points than elemental points in this game, and I'll still get rewards. I like to get at least 100 in the one that I'm lower in, and then try to focus on getting more of the like catalytic in this case. So another thing to point out is the fire runes give like a bonus XP for it for whatever reason. It is also like the highest rune crafting for elemental that you can do, which may be why it does that. So we're at 73% of the game is done. So right now I have 167 catalytic and 85, so I need another elemental to get at least 1 point in the game. I understand that it's super confusing, and the way that I learned is by doing it. So after I do this game, I'll show you kind of how I do it normally. Alright, so now I have 144 elemental and 176 catalytic. So now the game is almost over. It's at 89%. There is like a bigger, like a portal for the bigger essence that pops up around like when it's at like 89-90% of the game done. I don't go in that one. I just focus on doing the cells at this point, because it's just like a waste of time to try to make the essence and then make the runes and all that stuff. At least for me, I feel like I can get to at least 200 on a normal game for the catalytic or the elemental, depending on what I'm focusing on. So okay, so now the game is pretty much over. You have a few seconds to give whatever runes you have to this guy until he says his words, and then he's going to slam his staff down. And now the game is over, and you can't put down the cells anymore. But if you go to the Guardian, like whatever is left over for the portals, you can go here. You can get a cell for yourself. So I got a strong cell, and I can put this down here, and that just gives me some extra runecrafting XP before I start the next game. So now you can see that the time start, the game's going to start in about 25 seconds. So we run down here. All right, so this is how I play the game. So let's wait down here with everyone else. All right, so now we're going to be starting to mine. And I can drop these earth runes as well because I don't need them. So right now my potential is 17 and 16. So pretty much I have been doing more elemental than I have catalytic. So I should focus on the catalytic over the elemental. So what I'm going to do is, depending on what shows up first, I'm going to do the highest rune. So if it's like earth rune and body rune, I'm going to go to earth rune because that's going to give me the highest XP. Or if it's vice versa, if it's like law rune and air rune, I'm going to do law. So now we wait. So it's going to be about a minute until the game starts. So we continue mining. If you have the dragon pickaxe, you can also use your special attack to do the smashing. I don't know if it necessarily does much of anything. It may give you more fragments, but I really don't notice the difference. But I really don't need more than like 130 fragments at a time for the way that I play. So I'm not really focused on that because I try to utilize the portals as much as I can. So now we run over here. And if the elemental and eclectical are super low, like low level runes, I just bag these and do more runes. I also need uncharged cells. All right, so earth and chaos. So I'm going to do chaos because I need to focus catalytic anyways. And by the time we get back here, the portal to get the bigger stones should be popping up soon. Because once this time since portal is turned red, that means it's going to be populating soon. So now we wait a little bit. We can mine. Up there it is. And so what I do is when I mine these, that's when I bag the pouches normally. Or at the beginning of the game, if I find that, you know, if it's like air and body runes, those are just too low level for me to even care about getting them right now. So I just bag the essence that I made and just make more, so that way I just get double of whatever the next one is. So now it's either water or chaos. So I'm just gonna get chaos again to get to 100. Because I really want fire runes instead of like water or earth. So let's double these runes. So now I usually when I bag them, I usually get 41 of the guardian stones, which gives like a lot of the points. So let's put this here. All right, so this is about to close, but let me get the cell here. Because since it's a high level rune, it's going to give me an overcharge cell, which is nice. All right, so now I can make a stack of one more essence before the portal comes, I think. Because it usually comes around 85 to 90 seconds since the portal spawns. Alright, so now we wait because I don't want I don't want air or chaos. Alright, so I'll do earth because I have 157 catalytic and I want to get at least 100 in elemental. And by the time I'm done with this, the portal should be, yep, the portal's there. I'll put that, deposit that, run to the portal, get this, and then we store the extras in the pouch. Go drop this earth runes because I forgot. Well, I didn't have time to put it into the little portal thing. We can do. Let's do law because air is just too low level for me. I usually just skip air anytime it comes up, unless like there's really nothing else, or if I'm like don't think I'm gonna be making the portal that's like far away. So if I'm crafting here and I'm like running out of time and like it's either law or air and it's like 4 seconds left, I'll do air because it's right there and I can at least get the cell. So as we're making, we can assess where we're at. We have 93 elemental and 225 catalytic. So we want elemental next. So I'm not going to make this earth, so I'm going to have to wait to see what the next one is. It's probably going to be air with my luck. Oh, no, it's fire. Great. So now I'm going to have over 100 for elemental because I used the one that was in the sack. There we go. So now we're at 190 and 240. So now I can just focus on the catalytic. So I can do one more set of my own before the game is done. And then I'll just do the cells. I'm not going to make this portal. So let's wait and see what the next one is. Okay, it's chaos. A lot of chaos in this game. Alright, so now we're at 93%. So it would just be a waste of time to do the essence crafting. So I'm just going to focus on getting cells. So whatever the highest rune is, I'm just going to get that cell. So it should bring us to 300. And the game is over. But if I run fast enough, I can place this cell and still get the points. Nice, I made it. Cool. So I got 298 and 200, which is great. So that gave me... But that's how you play the game. Hopefully that was helpful for you to see like how I did it. Because I'm a visual learner, so that's how I learned how to play the game. So you can take that as you will for that. But yeah, that's how you play Guardians of the Rift. Obviously, the higher rune crafting you have, the easier it gets. Because you get a lot from the death runes and the law runes and stuff like that. I started before I could do law runes. So it was quite a grind to get to the point where I can do law and death runes. But if you keep going, it'll be a lot easier as it goes on. Hopefully that was helpful. And I will see you guys around. All right. Bye-bye.